Today we're going to have a look at another small format video camera, and you might see more and more of these coming out now. Instead of having sort of the $1,000 camcorder that's typically, you know, a bit bigger and has tons of functions on it, there's a series of these smaller video cameras that are coming out, and that's what they are. They're 100% video cameras. They're not really meant for taking photos, but just video. Today we're going to look at one called Kodak, and it's called the Zi8.
I call them pocket camcorders because they literally fit right in your pocket, and I think that's one of the advantages of this form factor. You know, with the bigger ones, that's not something you're just gonna grab as you're running out the door. I mean, you can't stuff it in your pocket. This one here, as you can see, can go right in there, and you'll take this thing pretty well everywhere, which is kind of a nice feature. So you're gonna get a lot more video because you'll actually want to use the thing.
Well, the one thing I did like about the Kodak compared to some of the other versions that I've seen is there's a lot of upgradability. First of all, we've got the SD card for recording the memory. So if I just pop that open, you can...
That's one thing to keep in mind when you're comparing this with other ones, like the Flip one, for example.
Yeah.
The Flip ones have memory built right into it. So they're roughly kind of the same price range, whereas this one, you'll still have to buy an extra SD memory card so you can actually take some video.
So it's an added cost, but you're gonna have a choice to buy like a higher memory card than typically what might come standard with the Flip. I like this because it's actually rubber. Yeah. And that's the one problem I had with some of the other ones is when they're firm and they have to stick into the side of your computer, and if it's, you know, raised or something like that, this one's rubber, so it's going to be,
it bends nicely.
It's going to be more durable.
And you've got a selection of different types of qualities you can record in here. You can see I can record right up to 1080p, which is kind of the highest resolution that a lot of these TVs out in the market have now. And this particular one will actually do still photos as well, 5 megapixel HD photos, if you wanted to take pictures with this here. I mean, it's not going to be as good as like a regular digital still camera, but you know, for something that's kind of an all-in-one here, it's not too bad.
It's kind of funny that they've added taking pictures now to these, because you can see why, but again, it just doesn't have the same lenses that you get in a camera, if that's primarily what you're looking for. But again, the whole point with these cameras is make them really simple to use. So when we connect this to the computer, we're going to have one-touch software that allows us to upload it to video sharing sites like YouTube or even Facebook.
I've even got a video converter as well, which is kind of a nice feature. If I wanted to convert this video into other formats, so if I have a Sony PlayStation 3, for example, I want to watch the video there, can convert it over. Or it has iPod conversion as well for iPods, Apple TV, and even the iPhone.
I would say probably one of the most important things with any of these cameras today, though, is really getting them off of the computer. I mean, definitely Facebook and YouTube is important, but the fact that you can look at them in the comfort of your own home.
And so this has got the mini HDMI, and so we're just gonna plug that in, and then within seconds, it brings it right up here, and we can start playing that, and away we go. And this is actually pretty good quality.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You know, as far as the motion, obviously, if we weren't jerking this thing around so much, it'll be a little more steady. So it does have image stabilization in to a point. But again, you want to hold the camera a little more steady. So we had a chance to try it in some low light situations as well. Pretty grainy, but yeah. I think pretty well most camcorders out in the market, unless you're starting to spend like $1,000, just can't handle low light that well.
Yeah, light's always been a problem, even in the point and shoot digital cameras. But again, pretty fun, easy to pack around with you. As Mike said, you can put it in your pocket and have video ready for all those important events. One other thing, just to remind you, it is extra memory that you have to put into it. The internal memory that's loaded on it won't be enough to get pretty much anything. So it's the Kodak, it's the Zi8 little pocket point and shoot camera.
Gotta get connected.